We are live, Judge.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. We're here for the regular session of the Hunt County Commissioners Court. At this time, I'll call the meeting to order and ask Commissioner Martin to lead us in prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to our flags. Please stand.
Shall we pray? Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for everything that you have given us. We thank you for the gift of life. We ask you to forgive those that have sinned. We let us become more righteous on our path as we walk through life. We pray for those people in Hawaii and also California that have lost so much. We pray for those that are injured. We ask you that you continue blessing this great country that we live in. In Christ's name, we ask all these things. Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
honor the
Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right. We have Commissioner Hutchins, Monroe, Martin, Harrison present. I'm Judge Stovall. I'll be presiding over the meeting today. Commissioners, you have the minutes from August 8th, 2023. I entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Is Daniel on his way? At this time, we'll have public testimony. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes and should conduct themselves in a civil manner. The Commissioners Court cannot take action on items not listed on the agenda in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Concerns will be addressed by county staff. They may be placed on a future agenda or addressed by some other course of response. Do we have any? Mike Porter? Come forward, please.
Appreciate it. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. I've tried to hone my speech down to 3 minutes.
All right.
Got it down to 4.
Okay.
I think.
Talk fast.
All right. Thank you, sir. Good morning. My name's Mike Porter. I have property at 8408 FM 2101, 8410 FM 2101, and I reside at 5790 FM 2947 all in Hunt County. From 2013 to 2023, I've been a manager of a postal contracting company. I started it off $700,000 and rose it up to $60 million. I think I know a little something about customer service. Okay, today I'd like to speak. Never in my life have I seen such ineptitude as I have at Cache Special Utility District. Okay, the policies they have, to me, are unprofessional, unethical, and at best, they're highly confusing, especially for older people, disabled, or tech non-friendly people. The social media outlets, and I don't put a whole lot of credence in those, but they do have a lot of bad reviews of them. And let me just get to the thing. I don't want to go on a big litany of how bad they are, but let me just make my proposal. I think everybody here would agree that the two most vital, essential functions or services provided to this county in the hot Texas record-breaking heat would be electricity and water. Now, FEC Electric has great policies, and I'm sure the other ones do too. They'll cut your electricity off if there's a heat advisory. Instead, they're going to call the customer. They're going to make an arrangement to pay for a nominal late fee. Sounds reasonable? Cash Water Supply don't do that. They have a late fee, $10, not a problem. But on the day that your bill is to be cut off, your water's to be cut off, it's cut off right then. And if you don't make it there by 8 a.m., they charge you $120, which is 3 times what a normal water bill is, okay? It can put undue duress on people, especially elderly people on a fixed income, especially disabled people who might not be able to make it there by 8 a.m. at the cutoff time. They don't even open till 8 a.m. I think their policy should be changed. And basically what I'm here for is to see if there's a way that, I don't know if this forum is the right forum, but somebody here has an answer. To make the water policy, make the water company's policies the same as the electric company, because it's a vital, it's a vital service, especially in the heat. And that would be to not cut, if there's a heat advisory, not cut your water off, okay? Instead, make verbal communication with the customer. When can you pay? We're going to small nominal late fee and make the arrangement with the customer, but don't cut their water off in the middle of the summertime when it's hot. It endangers people's lives. It could. Even as far as livestock. I mean, it could endanger so much. So that's basically what I would like to see if somebody here has an answer to that. I'm just trying to look out. I've got a 90-year-old parents living at my house. Now, I've known about Cash Water Supply for a long time, and I make sure I get that bill paid all the time. But what if I couldn't? You know, that electricity would be cut off, the water would be cut off. I just think the policies for the water companies, if you had some kind of a county policy, a mandate, a provision, even a codified law, which may already be in the state already may have one. I don't know. But if there could just be a policy that's in line with what Farmers Electric does, and that provides safety and welfare for people that are elderly, disabled, people that might not be as tech savvy and get their bill paid exactly on time. The water supply company I'm talking about, their system is down all the time. The person I know...
I understand, sir. We need to wrap it up.
Okay. I just want to make things fair for everybody in the county, and...
I appreciate your concern.
all right. Thank you, sir.
Daniel, you want to address any of that?
Sure. Utilities like the one he's talking about are regulated by through the state under the Public Utilities Commission, and the county does not have authority. This particular county doesn't have authority to tell that utility group what to do or what policies to invoke. Cities have different powers there because cities have the ability to do franchise agreements, and they can dictate that kind of policy. But this county doesn't have any authority to enact anything that would require any particular policies through any of our local utility providers. All of those rules, and there are rules related to what he's talking about, those are at the Public Utility Commission. It's on their website, and to the extent somebody's doing something wrong, complaints can be made there. But that's handled through a completely separate process than the commissioners do. Commissioners don't have any authority to enact that sort of, any sort of policy requirements for any utility company in the county.
But he can file with the Public Utility Commission, and that's the direction to go. So I think that's the answer he was looking for, is where to go, so. All right. You bet. All right, Daniel, do you have anybody online?
No, there's not.
Thank you, back to you. Yes, you did. All right, anybody else wish to speak? Being none, I'll close the public testimony. Old business, action item number 1, transfer money from fund balance to capital improvement account. Commissioners, I've asked y'all to consider moving, we have currently estimated $33 million in fund balance out of our Fund 10. I've asked him to move $15 million of that to our capital, to refund our capital improvement account that we set up a few years ago. We have almost depleted that money, spending it on the radios. It was the last big project we did, and committed to that, nearly $5 million. Our policy is we have to have 25% of our budget, so something around 10 million is what we have to have. We're 3.5 deficient in revenue in this year's budget, so between the 15 and the 3.5, that's 18.5. So we still got about 15, should be projected about $15 million fund balance if we make this transaction. Main purpose for it is as everyone in the court knows, we're starting the Puddin Hill project. We've hired architects to start working on plans to renovate that property. I don't anticipate spending that much money, but when we hope to have some plans ready to go out for bid late spring, early summer, and we want to have enough money available to select a contractor and start that project. This money is controlled by the court. Even though we're moving it for a designated purpose, the court can move it back at a later date. Anybody got any questions?
Judge, we spoke about it a little bit before court, but as we discussed, I wanted to clarify that we would still have the authority to move those funds to a different line item through following proper budget amendments and such should the need arise. My general concern is just that with uncertain economic times ahead, that we maintain a healthy fund balance. So I'm concerned that 15 million might be a little bit too much. Would a lesser amount suffice to get that project going, provide ample budgetary authority for that, while also still keeping our fund balance higher?
We're reaching out at pulling a number out of the air, really just being extra conservative to make sure we have enough money to start that project. I'd hate to have to delay that project 6 months or so to start it. And once we get further down the road with the architects, we could potentially get that number locked down and move it back in next year's budget. I mean, we can move it around in next year's budget if we need to. But I don't anticipate we'll need it all, but I don't have that magic number of if 10's enough or 12's enough or 8's enough. I don't. So my idea was just make sure we had enough to make sure we could get that project going and get our space requirements at the courthouse and other county offices taken care of. I mean, we got a big problem at the elections office. We're having to rent space at Civic Center to even conduct our early voting for November and actually for March too. I think we've reserved it. We don't have enough capacity where we're at to conduct our own business. We need to fix that problem. Besides, they don't even have enough room to operate their office. Brandon told us, IT director told me this week that he's moving all his people into his little cubbyhole because he can't supervise them because they've been in 4 different offices around the county courthouse. So totally inefficient, and I'm not sure it's going to be any more efficient with 5 people working in a 10 by 20 room. I guess it's about the size of it. So we really got to get this project going. I just want to make sure we don't slow it up.
And also to clarify, and for the public's benefit, any expenditure of these funds still have to come through the Commissioner's Court.
Absolutely.
Turn into contracts, purchasing equipment, all that sort of things.
All of it will be, certainly bid for the contract to be started. Now, the architect has advised me that they're advising all their clients on big ticket items such as air conditioners and all. Once you get it all sized up, to go and order those because it's taken up to a year to get some mechanical problems and mechanical things there. I don't know about, I know that one time they were having a lot of trouble getting electrical boxes and switch plug,
That's very true. In
Yeah,
fact,
hopefully as we get into this, we will come back to the court and with a budget number for ordering those things that are going to be required and get them ordered even before we award the contract.
And are we able to amend the budget at that time to move those funds over, or does it need to be done in this year's budget?
We can do it either way.
I would think this, we'll be getting into the
I mean,
budget in
Stacy's got it
October.
set up for now, for this year's budget, but it'll flow into next year's budget, but we don't have any plans to spend it. But it's already set up by the auditor's office for putting in this year's budget, but we'll get budgetary authority next year.
I have no problem with transferring that amount of money because, like I said, you were going to be going out for basically to find out what it is going to cost us, and I'd rather say, hey, get it back rather than not have it. I know of a lot of entities that basically went into this like that with not enough money, and all of a sudden they're $4 million short. And like I said, like the judge said, we can move this money back and forth if needed. But we have so many projects that are going on right now that I feel like that we do need to set this back to assure the people. I'd rather have money in the bank than be trying to go get extra money later. That's the way I feel.
If we don't have the money in there, then we can't award the bids.
No.
Right. Yeah.
Any other questions? Entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. New business, consent calendar. Commissioners, you got the consent calendar. Entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action items, B, approval of accounts payable.
I make a motion that we pay the bills.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of line item transfers.
Make a motion to approve line item transfers?
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of budget amendments.
Make a motion to approve budget amendments?
Second?
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of payroll and personnel.
Make a motion, we approve payroll and personnel?
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 1, the quarterly report for the Northeast Texas Children's Museum. Charlene?
Good morning.
Morning.
Things are going great at the Children's Museum. Our attendance so far this year is at 32,000, and we're hoping to have 50,000 visitors by the end of the year. In June and July, we had 8,000 visitors, and we have continued to add staff on the floor. During the summer, we added high school and college girls, and their job was to go around and pick up all the toys and try to keep them in the right place. Because with the number of people that we have coming in, that has become a great challenge. In July, we had Fun with Fergie, Lonnie's Art Party, Creature Feature Art Camp, Spa Day, and a back-to-school party. Every one of these events sold out. Our highlight for the year, and I put a brochure there by you, is our new multi-ball interactive sports wall. And this is going to be dedicated tomorrow at 10:30. You also should see an invitation. We would love for you to come and see all of our new additions that we have made to the Children's Museum. This one in particular is unique. There are only 4 of these in Texas, and it is a gaming program. We bought it from a German company, and we were Russell Armstrong in Commerce is sponsoring it, and Bob Stahoviak and Dennis Anderson were able to get it on the wall and make it work. So right now, we are offering it for free until September. Then we will probably have it as an add-on for people who want to participate when they come to the museum. but this is very exciting to us. We've all had fun. It is something for all ages, depending on the game you put on the screen. So if you want to throw a ball and make a bomb blow up, or if you want to try to keep the space invaders from dropping bombs on the city, or for the younger kids, we have fish and sharks, and they can throw at those. But it is great exercise, just picking up the balls and throwing. So come tomorrow or come anytime, and you can have a great time with our interactive sports wall. Also, I put a little card there for North Texas Giving Day. This is one of our 2 fundraisers for the year, so consider making a donation for North Texas Giving Day. But do come see us, if not tomorrow. Drop by and see what you have been able to help us do and create at the Northeast Texas Children's Museum. Any questions?
Thank you, Charlene. Any questions? As I always say, it's a wonderful place. If you haven't been there, go. Take your kids or grandkids or great-grandkids.
Now you can just come and throw balls at the bombs.
Thank you, Charlene. Entertain a motion for approval of this report.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Action item number 2, water lab test fees for public and outside entities. Richard and David, whoever wants to lead the charge.
This report is mainly, and I hope all of y'all got it, I sent it to y'all to an email, is a follow-up to some of the questions that you had 2 weeks ago when we met. I did go ahead, I found out exactly from Anna what the increase was going to be, so I had put that at the top of that report so that you would know that, well, like for one sample, they went from $38 to $45, and it on down. The court had asked me to contact the different entities that brought samples here and see if we decided to discontinue the drop-off here, would it create a problem or a hardship? Of the entities that I contacted, Little Countryside and Whispering Oaks, and they submit one time a month. They said it would. Now, I did call Analab, and I asked them, I said, if we was no longer the drop-off point, what's the, can these people still submit to you? And they said, oh, yeah, we will come to them, and they would be responsible for the $65, which has gone up as of August. They would be responsible for that fee. But, yeah, we'll come to any of those in the county or those few that's in surrounding counties. They said they also can buy a cooler and some ice and melt it if they wanted to do that. So,
Is that cheaper?
I don't know. But like I said, there was only 2, Little Countryside and Whispering Oaks, and like I said, they submit once a month, and that would be a $65 pickup fee along with their the lab fee for whatever testing it. But they said, yeah, that's a hardship on us. But anyway.
All right, any other questions? Commissioners, I think if that's only 2 and they have, they've got a solution to it, I would suggest we look at canceling this service as of probably October 1st, into September, our new fiscal year. Go ahead and do it through the rest of this fiscal year. Any discussion? Y'all okay with that? Got any comments?
I'd like to have a discussion in reference to it. Basically, how many water wells have we having drilled, to y'all's knowledge, in Hunt County now?
I don't know how many water wells. I had asked our staff there at the health department, as you go down there, you will notice there was 12 individuals that brought samples, and that's from August of last year to August of this year, for this year. And I asked our staff, and she said that was mainly individuals that was having whatever wells. So that gives you some kind of idea if there's only, and that could not be drilling, they may just be testing their well, but the right construction, I asked her specifically, and she said they was putting in some new lines out there at the hospital, and they wanted that. And the PIC construction was new lines, and they was doing that. But as far as wells,
You're not required with a well to have it tested, it's just recommended. It's-
recommended, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any other comments? What's your pleasure, Court?
Judge, it sounds like this is not a very widely used service by the public, and owing to that and the amount of time and effort it takes and resource on the Richard and David's part and the relatively close proximity of alternative testing sites, I'd move that we do away with the service.
Effective the end of this fiscal year, end September 30th?
Yes, sir.
I'll second it.
All right, got a motion second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Y'all will send out written notices to everybody. Give them instructions on how to contact Analab and all that, and help them make sure they get set up.
Even inform them about the other different labs. If they
Right,
use
yeah.
somebody else.
Yeah, educate them best you can. Thank y'all. All right, action item number 3, the request to enact a burn ban for Hunt County. Richard, don't sit down yet. Okay.
Well, things are getting worse pretty quick. That's the way I would tell you this. And if y'all have the handout, we have some in southwestern Hunt County that are now in the 700 to 800 bracket. And I would ask the Commissioners Court if they would pass a burn ban for Hunt County for 90 days. We are currently on a burn ban that was instituted by County Judge Stovall on his 7-day emergency. Commissioner Hutchins and I were both at the volunteer fire department meeting last night, and I know the volunteer fire departments are all wanting this very badly. Is there any questions?
I'd like to make a statement. I notified you earlier, I believe it was last week or the week before, and I appreciate that you did go to the judge in reference to enacted emergency in reference to that time, because I had a lot of people say, can I burn? And I said, not now, but I do appreciate y'all's having that emergency cutoff on banning. I thank you.
Would make one statement that is very confusing to a lot of people. I think Jessica's even had some questions about this. The burn ban has nothing whatsoever to do with fireworks. The burn ban y'all are passing, and can't. The fireworks industry has a really good lobbying group, and they've got some very specifics as if we want to stop fireworks.
When's the next holiday they can buy them? The next holiday for fireworks?
Next holiday
Is it
for
Labor
us,
Day? Is it Labor Day?
We didn't know. Labor Day's not in there.
Okay.
It's going to be New Year's.
Okay, good.
But it doesn't affect the setting them off.
Well, I understand, but they won't be selling anymore.
The sales, and that is one thing right there, y'all's discussion. We get calls all the time, hey, out in the unincorporated area, my neighbor's popping fireworks. There's absolutely no law against that.
Okay. All right, Commissioners, I entertain a motion for approval.
I'll move.
Second?
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 4, the elected officials' salaries for 23-24. Entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 5, naming an existing easement/drive, private road 2550, due to 911 addressing. This easement drive is off County Road 2526 in Precinct 2 and will not be maintained by Hunt County. Brian,
This is pretty much just for 911 addressing purposes. There's an easement as it is now, and it services quite a few lots, quite a few tracks that are back in there. Now we've got some interest in people wanting to go in and get 911 addresses so that they can live there, and this is just so that we don't have a bunch of addresses off of County Road 2526 that would be confusing for first responders to find.
Were these old platted lots or just old historical lots, or?
No, some of the lots were older, created way back in history.
Okay.
Some of the lots are a little bit newer that were a subdivided big farm that was not a platted farm. All the tracts are over 10 acres, but this is a kind of a technicality just because we have to give these guys 911 addresses.
Right. All right. Any questions? Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second?
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 6, the request to construct electrical power distribution facilities which will be in the right-of-way of County Road 2540 in Precinct 2.
Make a motion, we approve this construction under usual stipulations.
Second?
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 7, upgrade of approximately 6,652.8 feet of County Road 1143 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 1 at county's expense.
Make a motion, we approve this upgrade?
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 8, final plat of Whitney Hill Addition, Phase 1 in Precinct 2.
This is the first phase of a subdivision that I've been working with these folks on for a little while now. This will be conditional upon the upgrade of the right-of-way. They have the figures. They have not paid for the upgrade yet, so I would recommend a conditional approval on this one.
They got right-of-way to clear also, or?
Right-of-way is cleared. This is just waiting on the widening of the road. This is a dead-end road, and it's pretty narrow. So they're gonna get some additional width here. Once they complete this phase of it, they're gonna do Phase 2, and then they'll do some more lots on down the road, and it'll actually have a cul-de-sac at the end of it, which will be a significant improvement on this road.
So what's going on with County Road 2230?
2230's up to county spec. It's nice and wide, and
It's already got sufficient right-of-way?
right-of-way is sufficient. I mean,
They just didn't show it, that's what I was asking.
a width on it. Well, they're dedicating, or they don't own out to the middle of the road. That's that road that runs by Van Sickle Cemetery. So it's a
Okay.
pretty wide right-of-way through there already.
All right. Commissioners, any questions? Entertain a motion for approval.
I'll make a motion, we approve this on condition that they get the right-of-way cleared out and that the money's in escrow.
Second?
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 9, the final plat of Donnaworth Addition in Precinct 2.
This one, he's got the right-of-way all cleared. Everything's up to snuff, up to county spec on it.
Just one lot.
Just one lot.
No improvement on the roads.
No improvement required on the roads.
Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 10, the final plat for Lone Pond in Precinct 2.
There again, pretty simple plat. This developer actually lucked out because the road was recently improved by Precinct 2. So he got to skate on having to pay for any road upgrade. That's a nice wide road anyway, runs by the dance studio out there just off the interstate on the north side of the interstate, or what used to be the dance studio.
Yeah, they're on the corner or whatever.
Yep.
All right. Entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second?
Got a motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 11, the final plat of Moore Estates in Precinct 3.
There again, simple one-lot subdivision, right-of-ways up to spec, roads up to spec, easy greasy.
Any questions? Entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Any other questions or anything else to come before the court today? None, I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session under items 1 through 4.
So move.
Second?
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We're in executive session at 10:36. Thank y'all.
Cut us off yet? We're still live.
Yep.
If not, we can buy another one.
Where's the phone? Where's the camera? Where's the camera?
He's a unique fellow.
Yeah.
All right, we up?
Yes, sir, it shows we are.
All right, it's 12:28. We're back in regular session. Is there anything before the court? Daniel, was there anything online?
No, there's not.
Okay. All right, being nothing else before the court, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Got a motion second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned at 12:29.